Hello, hello, beautiful souls of this community. How are you doing today? I hope you're well. My name is Lori, and as always, I am here to help share tools with you that will get you healthier than you are now, that will help to prevent health issues from coming in, and also just for general healing and self-empowerment so you know what your body needs. So I'm here to share these tips and tools with you. And today, as you may have seen on the title of this video, the third thing that your body needs. I already did first and second, which if you haven't seen it, I recommend to go take a look. The videos aren't overly long. I can give you a recap though. The first thing we have is air. We must breathe. Of course, without breathing, we're not going to be here for long, right? Sounds pretty silly, but it's really true. Number two is water. Of course, we need water. We all know that our body is comprised of about 60%, 60 to 70% water. We need to be drinking it. And also I've been posting about even eating water. If you're not familiar with that, go take a look at the posts. They're still there. So today, the third, I don't know if best is the right word, the third thing that your body needs for optimal health. Do you have any idea what it might be? Now, the first two, they are actually not technically food if we think about just air and water, although I did just say about eating your water, which would be something like watermelon, for example. But now, what are you thinking could be the third one? Do you have any idea? You can write it in the comments. I'm not going to keep you waiting any longer. For those of you who are here, one more thing before I go further. If you are watching live, just type in #live. It helps people know that I'm here and they can come and watch it as well. Or if you're watching on a replay, if you type in #replay, again, it just helps the algorithm and helps people know that I'm here. Feel free to comment on the video. I'll come back to watch after I'm done. It's easier for me usually to see the comments after. So, the number three thing that your body needs for optimal health is minerals. Now, again, just when we think about minerals, we don't think about food necessarily, right? Like it's not one specific food, like an apple or this kind of reality. I think my dog wants to get in. I hope he can manage a couple more minutes. I'll finish this video nice, short, and quick, and I'm going to show you a beautiful, quick recipe on how to get some more minerals into your diet. So yes, minerals are key for optimal health. We often overlook minerals because they are just small little things on the side, but actually they're extremely important. We hear things about protein. Protein is a macronutrient. It's good for us. We need it, absolutely. But we never, or very, very rarely hear about minerals and how they affect our health. Minerals play many, many functions in our body, and a lot of the roles that minerals do is helping other functions to take place. So they kind of like bridge a lot of gaps. So without the minerals, the next function that our body is doing isn't going to happen the way it's supposed to be. So it's like a kind of a transporter almost, you could think of it in that way. Now we could talk more about minerals in another video, or of course if you take a course from me, you're gonna get more information about minerals. This is just a short little video, but minerals are necessary for our bodily functions to happen, for our hormones to be in balance, for everything basically to run smoothly. We need minerals, and there's a lot of minerals out there. One of the best ways to get minerals is by eating root vegetables. Root vegetables, meaning the ones that are growing in the ground. Usually they are longer shaped ones and they grow directly in the ground. I'm not talking about a round potato because this is actually growing from the root, and then it produces the potato, if you've ever seen a potato being grown in a garden. But something like sweet potato, it's actually the root of the plant becomes part of the sweet potato that grows into the earth. And red beets, carrots, white radish or daikon, yam, these are some of the ones that are most familiar with for a lot of people of root vegetables that are available. And these root vegetables hold a tremendous amount of minerals for us. Why specifically root vegetables? Because the root vegetable is going into the soil and it is the first piece of the plant to be taking in the minerals from the soil and to take the nutrients from the soil. So it has the highest concentration in it, and that's where it stays, really in the root, which is the vegetable that we are going to eat. So make sure you eat root vegetables every day if you want to be healthy. Pretty simple, right? Now, sounds simple, but how do we always incorporate these things into our diet? Number one, I like to have sweet potato if possible. I like to put it in my breakfast porridge or breakfast congee. It's really delicious. It's a little bit sweet, so it tastes really nice. You can also make like sweet potato mash or kind of sweet potato, almost like sauces as well. You can do a plethora of things, but sweet potato is a really good one. And like I say, I'm usually putting that in my breakfast, so I make sure I get some there. Another really nice one I want to share with you today, a quick recipe, is with red beets. So red beets, there's different sizes. There's like more round ones, longer and bigger shaped ones, depending if you're growing your own or where you're buying them from. I had about a medium-sized beet in my fridge, about this big, and I was thinking what to do with it, and I decided, and now I'm here making this video for you. So what I did was I steamed it. I peeled it, chopped it, and steamed it. Steaming doesn't take very long, super easy. If you don't have a steamer in your kitchen yet, I highly recommend to get one because steaming is a really good way to cook food. That is one of the best ways because it maintains the nutrients in the food the best for us. So steamed some beet. Now I have it in my container here. I'm going to put it into a bowl so you can see. So it's already been steamed. Now here's my beet ready for essentially eating now. But this little recipe doesn't have a lot of ingredients and it's going to allow you to have delicious food in your mouth and have lots of minerals for your body. So we have the red beets, and what I like to add is feta cheese. Now I generally don't eat a lot of cheese in my diet, and I generally don't recommend people I work with to eat cheese either, especially if you're having a lot of health issues. Dairy is usually something that is not beneficial for us. I like it as a little treat. Specifically, I like feta cheese as a little treat. It's nice, but there is also vegan alternatives for feta options. If you live in an area where that's available for you, I definitely recommend looking at the vegan alternatives for feta. I had some in my fridge, but it's already gone, and now I have a little bit of regular feta, so I'm going to use that today. So basically, you just take the feta and mix it in with your beets. I have this feta that I happen to have here is already in some clumps. Again, I am not telling you specific amounts of how much exactly to use. You want to have a nice color combination when you're going to start mixing it. Of course, your feta is going to turn more red color. This is already delicious just like this. If you want to start eating this kind of simple plain food, you can. You can also add some walnuts to this. It gives a little bit more of a crunch because your red beet is steamed, so it's a little bit softer. The feta cheese is softer. It's nice to have those different textures in your food, or I like it anyways. So I already have some walnuts here. I have probably about, I'll put in maybe a tablespoon or so full. Now in this mixture, again, not overly much. You just want it so it's a nice little crunch every bite or second bite or so. And just mix it together. And basically this is, again, another potential finish of this beetroot salad. Call it whatever you want. You could have taken your steamed beets and put them in the fridge for a little bit so they're cooler, or once you mix it up, put it in the fridge for a bit so it's a little bit cooler. I don't recommend eating cold food, but having it cooler as opposed to warm when it comes just out of the steamer can be really nice for the summer because it just tastes more refreshing. And I'm going to add a little bit of pink Himalayan rock salt on here and mix it up. And that is basically it. It's a beetroot salad with some feta cheese, and it's so delicious. The first time I ate something like this was actually when I was in Greece last year, and I was just like, this is way too good. And when I eat at restaurants, I always try to think about if it's something really good that I'm eating, is this something that I can make on my own? How can I do it? How can I veganize it? How can I make it more sustainable? How can I do these kinds of things to the food in my kitchen, right? So I saw this in Greece last year and I was like, yes, I need to make this. So simple. That's it. You could also add a little bit of black pepper if you felt like you wanted. That's it. Beautiful, simple, super delicious recipe. I highly recommend it, especially if you are in the summer months right now. You're coming closer to the end of the summer season and red beets will be in your farmers markets or growing in your garden. I hope this video finds you well. If you have any questions, concerns, comments, if you feel like you want to work with me and move into a deeper space with nutrition, send me an email. That's the best way. Yes. My email is lorivossfudokawatcm@gmail.com. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Take care, and we'll see you again. Bye-bye.